Hey everyone, this is Mr. Russell to go through today's lesson on solving word problems using trigonometry. So here's an example of one of the problems we will be solving today. It says Raymond is playing football after school and his football gets stuck at the top of a tree. He stands 25 feet from the base of the tree and looks up at the tree with an angle of elevation of 42 degrees. So how tall is the tree? So before we can actually get into drawing a diagram and solving this problem, we need to talk about what an angle of elevation actually is. So an angle of elevation is an angle formed by a horizontal line, and I'm underlining that because it's important, and the line of sight to an object above the horizontal line. So in our diagram here, we have a bird watcher down here in the bottom left-hand corner. You notice from his eyes, you see this horizontal line going straight across, and then the line of sight is basically the straight line that connects his eyes to the bird up in the tree. And the angle that measures up from the horizontal line to that line of sight is our angle of elevation. And how much does that equal here? That is 30 degrees. Okay, so in the example about Raymond then, we're going to start by drawing that angle of elevation. So down in the bottom left-hand corner here, let's draw Raymond. Let's see, there he is. Raymond, you're looking great, my friend. All right, and then he has an angle of elevation. So again, I have to start with that horizontal line across, and then the line of sight up to his football up in our tree. Let's draw a tree. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to draw a straight line down to complete. We're going to basically create a right triangle, which is what we can use trigonometry for. And I want to fill in the information. So I forgot to write it down here before, but again, the angle of elevation from the horizontal line to his line of sight up to the top of the tree where his football is 42 degrees. I'll put that in there. It says he stands 25 feet from the base of the tree. So the base of the tree is the bottom. So this distance across from the bottom of the tree to where Raymond is, we know is 25 feet. Oh boy. 25 feet. And the question's asking us to figure out how tall the tree is. So the line next to the tree is essentially its height. So I'm going to put an X over here. So once we draw that diagram, now we're going to go back to our steps to solve for missing side length using trigonometry to solve this. So first ask yourself, all right, what sides do we have information about? In this example, we know X is the leg that's across the triangle from our angle. So that's the opposite leg. And we have 25, which is the leg that's next to that angle of 42. So that's better known as the adjacent leg. You notice how the hypotenuse, or the one across from 90, is blank. We don't know its side. We don't have a variable there, so we don't care about the hypotenuse. So then think about the phrase SOHCAHTOA. Which trig function would we use to solve, or which trig function we use when we have the adjacent and the hypotenuse? It's going to be tangent. So now we can say tangent of our angle, which is 42, equals opposite, so x over 25. All right, and now we want to get x by itself. So I want to do the opposite of dividing x by 25, which would be to multiply both sides by 25. So I'm left with 25 times tangent 42 equals x. So again, you're plugging in your calculator. If you're using an iPhone, remember you're going to have to switch the order of the tangent and the 42. So if you're using your iPhone, you would do 25 times 42 tangent. If you're in a normal calculator, I'm just going to type in 25 times tangent of 42. And you should get x is 22.5 feet tall. Okay, so now you finish this video, you can click the button on the bottom or underneath this video, and that will unlock the information on the next page.